San Marcos Corridor News is back to bring you the Corridor Weekly News Recap, videos covering the biggest stories in Hays County every week. I'm Sierra Martin, Managing Editor of Corridor News. Let's dive into the news for the week of May 9th from the Innovation Corridor. More than 4,400 candidates for bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees crossed the stage during 8 commencement ceremonies this weekend at Texas State University. Many of them took part in the tradition of jumping into the San Marcos River at Sewell Park. In breaking news, on April 25th, the Hays County Sheriff's Office received a call for a deceased person in the 2900 block of Main Street in Buda. Detectives were called to the scene and determined the death to be suspicious. The unidentified male was taken to Travis County Medical Examiner's office for an autopsy where it was determined the victim had succumbed to multiple gunshot wounds. The Hays County Sheriff's Office continued the investigation as a homicide and later identified the victim as 19-year-old Esben Santiago Gomez from Guatemala. Through the support of crime analysis and the crime scene unit, detectives were able to establish a suspect and the suspect's vehicle. The suspect, who is from El Salvador, was identified as 25-year-old William Rojas. Rojas has been charged with murder, a first-degree felony, 2 counts of tampering with evidence, a second-degree felony, and tampering with physical evidence, a third-degree felony. The Caldwell County Sheriff's Office is still searching for a suspect in connection to a murder investigation that occurred in the early morning hours of May 9th. The suspect, Ismael Miguel Barrientos Gallegos, has warrants for the offenses of murder and aggravated kidnapping with additional charges pending. On May 8th, at approximately 3:50 a.m., Caldwell County deputies responded to the 100 block of Forester Ranch Drive in Dale, Texas, for a report of an aggravated assault with a firearm. Deputies arrived on the scene and located one male victim, unconscious, with a life-threatening gunshot wound. The homicide victim was identified as 41-year-old Fabian Rocha, who succumbed to his injuries the following day. The Caldwell County Sheriff's Office said the suspect is a violent felon and is armed and dangerous, and urges the police to use caution and call 911 if he is recognized. City contracted crews have positioned fencing and closed Dog Beach for maintenance to repair stonework and protect against future erosion beginning the week of May 9th. The closure will extend into the water approximately 1/3 the width of the river adjacent to Dog Beach. The portion of the river adjacent to Lions Club Tube Rental, Pauline Espinoza Community Hall, and City Park will remain open to allow access upstream and downstream of Dog Beach. Postponing construction at Dog Beach until after the summer season was considered, but was ultimately determined to be cost prohibitive. The $150,000 project will be conducted by Austin Filter Systems. Construction is expected to be completed by July of this year. The San Marcos City Council held a work session to receive a presentation regarding the Comprehensive Homeless Needs Assessment's final report. The report's purpose was to identify what was necessary to address the needs of people experiencing homelessness in San Marcos. 3 critical needs were identified: relief services and housing solutions, comprehensive and acceptable data, and collaboration between leadership and key homeless service providers. The City of San Marcos has installed wayfinding signs throughout the downtown area to enable easier navigation for pedestrians. The signs are there to help residents and visitors orient themselves while visiting downtown San Marcos and can utilize a QR code function for those who are more tech-savvy. The May 2022 uniform election wrapped up on May 7th, and the unofficial results have been released. Citizens of Hays County had the opportunity to vote on multiple state propositions and local school board positions. Less than 10% of registered voters in the county showed up to the polls. In the race for San Marcos CISD Trustee, District 4, Brian Shanks won by just 14 votes. More coverage on the local election can be found on our website. Thank you for tuning in to the Corridor Weekly News Recap, sponsored by Lacima. Please follow us on Facebook or Twitter and subscribe to our daily newsletter to always stay updated on local news. More information on these stories and other news and events happening around Hays County can be found at smcorridornews.com.